Channel. Astonished JNR. I'm done pretending we're happy. Those words cut through the Miami Beach restaurant like a knife. My husband Marcus stood up during our daughter's graduation dinner. His voice loud enough for everyone to hear. The ocean breeze stopped. The music paused. 30 people stared at us, waiting to see me cry or run away. Instead, I smiled big and pulled out a small blue box from my purse. Perfect timing, I said sweetly. My name is Rosa Martinez. I am 52 years old. For 25 years, I thought I was the perfect wife. I cooked Marcus's favorite meals. I cleaned our house until it sparkled. I gave up my dream of opening a bakery to help him become a successful car salesman. Our daughter Sophia sat next to me, her graduation cap crooked on her head, looking shocked and sad. Across the room, I could see Maria Santos, Marcus's secret girlfriend, trying to hide behind a palm tree. Maria used to be my best friend. She came to our house every weekend. She ate my food and borrowed my clothes. She even cried on my shoulder when her boyfriend left her last year. But she forgot to mention she was stealing my husband. I placed the blue box next to Marcus's plate of fancy fish. "What's in there?" he asked, looking nervous now. "Open it later," I said calmly. I hugged Sophia tight. "I'm so proud of you, sweetie. This is still your special day." Then I stood up and spoke to everyone watching us. "Please enjoy your dinner. The sunset is beautiful tonight." I walked toward the door, feeling the warm Miami sand under my shoes. Behind me I heard whispers starting. Outside, the salty air felt fresh and new. I could finally breathe easy for the first time in months. "Rosa! Rosa!" Marcus was running after me, the blue box in his hand. "What is this? What did you do?" I kept walking toward my car, smiling to myself. The box contained something special. Photos of him and Maria kissing at the beach, hotel receipts, and a letter from my lawyer. For 6 months, I had been a detective, following my cheating husband around Miami. I always handled our family money because Marcus was bad with numbers. When I saw money disappearing from our bank account, I got suspicious. While Marcus thought he was being clever, I was being smarter. I found out he was taking Maria to expensive restaurants every week. He bought her jewelry and clothes. He even paid for her apartment near the beach. All while telling me we needed to save money for Sophia's college. I worked extra hours at my job managing finances for a big company. I skipped buying new clothes for myself. I made dinner at home every night to save money. Meanwhile, Marcus was living like a rich man with my best friend. But I had a secret weapon: our marriage papers from 25 years ago. Back then, Marcus made me sign an agreement that said if either of us cheated, the guilty person would get almost nothing in a divorce. He wanted to protect his money because he thought he would make more than me. How wrong he was. For 3 months, I quietly gathered proof. I took pictures of them together at the beach. I saved text messages from Maria's phone when she left it at my house. I copied bank records showing where Marcus spent our money on his girlfriend. I even hired a private detective to follow them around Miami. The detective got videos of them looking at apartments together, planning their new life without me. Marcus had chosen Sophia's graduation day to make his big announcement because he thought I would be too embarrassed to fight back in public. He planned this for weeks, wanting to humiliate me in front of our friends and family. What he didn't know was that I had already filed for divorce that morning. The papers were hidden in the court system, waiting for the right moment. While he was planning to hurt me, I was planning to protect myself and Sophia. I am not just a housewife. I understand money and legal things from my job. I know how to trace every dollar Marcus spent on Maria. I found receipts for romantic dinners, weekend trips to Key West, and expensive gifts. All paid for with money that belonged to our family. The marriage agreement Marcus made me sign 25 years ago was about to become his biggest mistake. Instead of going back to the restaurant, I drove to our house in Coral Gables. It's a pretty house with white walls and a red tile roof that we bought 12 years ago. The house that Marcus had promised to Maria, according to text messages I found on his phone. I parked in our driveway and went inside. Everything looked the same: family pictures on the walls, Sophia's awards on the shelf, the kitchen where I cooked thousands of meals for this family. But everything felt different now. I went upstairs to our bedroom and opened Marcus's closet. His suitcases were already packed and hidden in the back, ready for tomorrow's planned escape. He had folded his clothes so carefully, like he was going on vacation instead of destroying our family. My phone kept buzzing with messages from people at the restaurant, from Sophia, from Marcus's mother Elena, who had flown in from Mexico for the graduation. I only answered Sophia's text. "I'm okay, Mija. This isn't your fault. Enjoy your graduation party. We'll talk tonight when you get home. I love you so much." I had kept this secret from Sophia for months because I didn't want to ruin her final semester at college. She had worked so hard to graduate with honors. She deserved to be happy on her special day, not worried about her parents' problems. 3 hours later, Marcus's car screeched into our driveway. The front door slammed open so hard it hit the wall. "Rosa!" he yelled, his voice echoing through our house. "Where are you hiding?" I was sitting calmly in the living room, looking through important papers on my laptop. I closed it slowly as he stormed in, his face red with anger, the blue box crushed in his sweaty hand. "What is the meaning of this?" he shouted, waving the photos at me. "You can't divorce me today. This is Sophia's graduation day." "I thought it matched your plans perfectly," I said quietly. "You wanted to start fresh with Maria. I'm just helping you get there faster." "The marriage agreement is too old," he said, trying to sound confident. "No lawyer will care about papers from 25 years ago." I smiled for the first time all day. "Actually, Section 8 says the cheating rule lasts for the entire marriage. Your lawyer should have told you that." "Oh wait, you didn't ask a lawyer, did you?" Marcus's face went white as he realized what this meant. The agreement he insisted on to protect his future earnings would now cost him everything. Our house, our savings, even his precious red sports car. "You can't take everything from me," Marcus said, falling onto our couch like a sad child. "We built this life together." "Yes, we did," I replied. "And you chose to throw it away for a younger woman." His phone kept ringing in his pocket. He looked at it and frowned. It was probably Maria, wondering where he was and why their romantic plans were falling apart. "You've always been smart, Rosa, but this is mean," he said, trying to make me feel guilty. "What about all our good memories? 25 years together should mean something." I looked at this man I had loved for so long. The man who held my hand when my father died. The man who danced with me at Sophia's quinceanera. When did he become someone who could lie to my face every day while planning to leave me? "Our memories meant everything to me," I said honestly. "That's why your lies hurt so much." He looked hopeful for a moment, like maybe I would change my mind. "Maybe we can fix this. People make mistakes, Rosa." I made a terrible mistake. "This wasn't a mistake, Marcus. This was a plan that took over a year. You moved our money. You looked at apartments with her. You chose my daughter's graduation day to humiliate me in public." "You're being dramatic," he said. "Am I?" I picked up my phone and played a recording of his own voice. "After the graduation dinner, I'll tell Rosa it's over. In front of everyone is better. She won't make a scene." Then Maria's voice. "And she doesn't know about the money we've been saving?" Marcus again. "Nothing. Rosa trusts me completely. She's too naive to figure it out." The recording made Marcus turn even more pale. "You can't record people without telling them." "In Florida, I can record conversations in my own house," I said. "I didn't record your private moments with Maria. I'm not cruel like that. Just the parts where you talked about stealing from our family." Marcus stood up quickly, looking panicked. "I need to make phone calls. I'm staying at my brother's house tonight." "At Carlos's house?" "Yes." He nodded, looking confused. "Carlos called me this morning. He's very angry with you. He saw you and Maria together at the mall last month. He thought you were just friends helping each other shop." When he realized you were cheating on me, he told me everything. He said you're not welcome at his house. This was another shock Marcus hadn't expected. His own brother was taking my side. Everyone is betraying me, Marcus mumbled. Funny how that works, I said, gathering my purse and a small bag I had packed earlier. You have until tomorrow night to take your things from the house. After that, I'm changing all the locks. As I walked toward the door, Marcus called after me desperately. What about Sophia? Have you thought about how this affects our daughter? I stopped and turned around, feeling angry for the first time all day. Don't you dare use Sophia to make yourself feel better. You weren't thinking about her when you were planning your beach house life with Maria. His phone rang again. This time he answered it and groaned. Problem? Asked sweetly. Maria is at the new apartment already. She moved all her stuff in today. I couldn't help but laugh. The apartment you put both names on? The lease you signed last week. Marcus nodded, looking more confused. You might want to call the apartment office. That application was rejected because of credit problems. The manager called our house phone to ask questions. I told her the truth about everything. I walked out the door, leaving Marcus to face his first real consequence. His perfect plan was crumbling faster than a sandcastle at high tide. I drove to Sophia's apartment near the university. She was waiting for me with red eyes from crying, still wearing her graduation dress. Mom, she said, hugging me tight. I heard what Dad said to everyone at the restaurant. I'm so sorry. You have nothing to be sorry for, Mija, I said, holding her close. This is between your father and me. It has nothing to do with you. We sat on her small couch, and I told Sophia everything. About Maria, about the money Marcus stole, about the secret plans they made. I knew something was wrong with Dad, Sophia admitted. He's been acting weird for months. Always on his phone, never really listening when we talked. But I never imagined he would do this to you. Sometimes people change in ways we don't expect, I said sadly. My phone rang. It was my lawyer, Mr. Thompson. The emergency court order had been approved. All of Marcus's access to our joint bank accounts was now frozen. He could only use his personal checking account, which didn't have much money in it. Not enough to buy the beachfront condo he and Maria had been planning. I showed the message to Sophia. Good, she said firmly. He deserves this. He's still your father, I reminded her gently. Your relationship with him is separate from what's happening between us. Sophia shook her head. Maybe someday, but right now I can't even look at him. He hugged me this morning and said he was proud of me, all while planning to destroy our family a few hours later. That's so cruel, Mom. The doorbell rang. Sophia looked through the window and sighed. It's Dad. And he's with her. I took a deep breath as Sophia opened the door. Marcus looked terrible. His hair messy, his shirt wrinkled. Maria stood behind him looking uncomfortable. Her fancy dress from the restaurant now looking out of place. She was 34 years old, not exactly young, but still 18 years younger than me. Rosa, you need to stop this craziness, Marcus said, pushing past Sophia into the small apartment. Unfreeze the bank accounts. We can talk about this like normal people. Sophia stepped in front of me protectively. Maybe you should have tried being normal before you announced you were leaving Mom in front of everyone at my graduation dinner. Marcus's eyes widened like he just noticed our daughter was angry at him. Sophia, this doesn't involve you. Doesn't involve me, she said, her voice getting louder. You destroyed our family on MY graduation day, and it doesn't involve me? You stole money from our family while I was working 2 jobs to pay for my textbooks because you said we were broke. Maria touched Marcus's arm nervously. Maybe we should go, Marcus. This isn't going well. He pulled away from her. No. I'm not leaving until Rosa agrees to be reasonable about this. I am being reasonable, I said calmly from the couch. The bank accounts will stay frozen until our court hearing next week. The judge will decide what's fair. Next week, Marcus sputtered. What am I supposed to do for money? You have your personal account, I reminded him. The one you've been secretly putting money into for over a year. That should be enough for now. Maria's head snapped toward Marcus with surprise. You have a secret account. With how much money in it? Apparently, Marcus hadn't told his girlfriend about all his secrets. Marcus ignored Maria's question. This is revenge, Rosa. This isn't like you at all. Maybe you never really knew me, I replied. Just like I never really knew the man who could lie to my face every day for over a year. Sophia turned to Maria angrily. Did you know he was going to announce it like that? At MY graduation celebration. Maria had the decency to look ashamed. I thought he was going to talk to your mother privately first. The public announcement today was a surprise to me too. Marcus stared at Maria with betrayal in his eyes. Their perfect partnership was already showing cracks. I think you both need to leave now, Sophia said firmly. You've ruined my graduation day enough already. Sophia, Marcus tried one more time. You understand that sometimes people fall out of love, right? Sometimes relationships just don't work anymore. My daughter's face got hard in a way I had never seen before. What I understand is that you're a coward who couldn't even give Mom the respect of a private conversation. What I understand is that you were stealing from our family while telling us we needed to save money. The silence in Sophia's small apartment was thick and uncomfortable. Finally, Marcus turned to leave, with Maria following behind him like a lost puppy. At the door, he looked back at me one last time. This isn't over, Rosa. I'll fight you on everything. You're welcome to try, I said quietly. But you might want to hire a better lawyer first. After they left, Sophia collapsed next to me on the couch, tears streaming down her face. I've never talked to Dad like that before. I feel terrible. Sometimes standing up for what's right is hard, I said, stroking her hair. But I'm proud of you for defending our family. What happens now, Mom? She asked. Now we build something new and better, I said. The court hearing happened on a hot Tuesday morning in downtown Miami. I arrived with Mr. Thompson, while Marcus came with a lawyer he had hired at the last minute, a young man who looked nervous and unprepared. The judge was an older woman who had seen everything and didn't like games. She read our marriage agreement carefully while everyone waited in silence. This document appears to be valid and binding, the judge said, looking over her glasses at Marcus's lawyer. Do you have any legal reason to challenge it? The young lawyer cleared his throat nervously. Your Honor, we believe the agreement is too old to be enforced. The judge read directly from our papers. The infidelity clause remains in effect for the entire duration of the marriage. There is no expiration date mentioned anywhere. She shuffled through more papers, then looked up with a stern expression. The evidence of financial deception is very clear and extensive. I am ordering that the joint accounts remain frozen until we can complete a full investigation. Mr. Martinez will keep access to his personal account only. Mrs. Martinez will retain possession of the family home during these proceedings, as stated in the infidelity clause. Marcus's face turned bright red. This is completely unfair, he said loud enough for everyone to hear. The judge gave him a sharp look. Mr. Martinez, I suggest you read the agreement you signed more carefully. This court will meet again in 30 days after we finish investigating all the finances. As we left the courthouse, Marcus tried to catch up with me in the hallway. Rosa, please, he said, sounding desperate now. We need to talk about this like adults. 25 years of marriage has to count for something, doesn't it? It counted for everything, I replied sadly. Until you decided it didn't matter anymore. I walked away, leaving him standing alone in the busy courthouse, finally understanding what he had lost. Word spread quickly through our community in Miami. Friends called every day, some wanting to help, others just wanting gossip. I kept my dignity and didn't share details, simply saying, Marcus and I are getting divorced. These things happen sometimes. Meanwhile, Marcus's carefully built reputation was falling apart. Everyone now knew the truth about what kind of man he really was. The financial freeze meant Marcus couldn't keep his promises to Maria. The beachfront condo they wanted to buy fell through. The expensive car he had promised her had to be cancelled. 2 weeks after the court hearing, I heard through friends that Maria had moved out of their apartment. She had discovered that Marcus's business was struggling without my financial help and support. Meanwhile, I was building something beautiful and new. I used my savings to rent a small bakery space in South Beach and finally started the business I had dreamed about for 25 years. My first customers were neighbors who remembered my delicious tres leches cake from church potlucks. Word spread quickly, and soon I had a line of customers every morning waiting for my fresh Cuban pastries and coffee. Sophia, who had started working for a marketing company in Miami, helped me create social media accounts and a website. "I'm so proud of you, Mom," she told me as we painted the bakery walls bright yellow. "You're finally doing what makes you happy." "I'm just doing what I should have done years ago," I replied. "Following my own dreams instead of always supporting someone else's." The final divorce hearing was on what would have been our 26th wedding anniversary. Perfect timing for ending a chapter of my life. Marcus looked older and tired when he arrived. I learned later that his car business was failing without my help managing the finances. Maria was long gone, now dating a wealthy hotel owner in Key Biscayne. Most of our old friends had chosen my side after learning the full truth about his cheating and lies. The judge upheld our marriage agreement completely. Marcus left with his clothes, his struggling business, and the small amount of money in his personal account. I kept our house, my retirement savings, and most of our investments, exactly as the agreement said would happen if someone cheated. As we left the courthouse for the last time, Marcus said quietly, "I hope you find happiness, Rosa. You deserve it." And you know what? Already had. Please don't forget to like, share, comment where you're watching from, and subscribe.